asked my followers on Instagram to drop me some dating questions that I can answer in this video, so let's just get straight into them. Does the one exist? Personally, I'm an idealist. I believe that true love exists. I believe that soulmate exists. I definitely believe the one exists. However, I think we have a few different soulmates in our lifetime. We're always evolving, we're always changing. I think you can have a soulmate for the first like 10 or 20 years of your adulthood and then have a different soulmate for the next 20 or 30 years of your life. And definitely there are couples who have been high school sweethearts and literally die together. But I also believe that it's a little bit unrealistic to just think that you have one perfect person out of 8 billion people in this world that's perfect for you. I definitely think we're not all that different for us to not have like at least a few different soulmates. I also think it would be silly with so many people on this planet that you don't think that there's at least a few people that are perfect for you. If you're on the side that think all men cheat, all men are bad, it's silly to still believe in soulmates, then I would definitely look inward because I feel like something might not be completely aligned, because just out of sheer probability and math, there has to be at least one person who is perfect for you. What questions should I ask on a first date? This is such a great question. I think that you should figure out as much as possible on the first date. I will literally ask anything and everything. One question that I love to ask is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I mean, unfortunately, as women, we do have a biological clock. We do have a timeline. So if the person that I'm on a date with doesn't want kids, at least in the next 5 years, then I know we're not aligned because I do. If they're still in the beginning stages of their career, they're probably not thinking about marriage or settling down. So that's also something that I need to know. I will pretty much ask everything, except I won't ask anything about exes. I will ask like, when was your last serious relationship and how long it was? But that's it. I'm not gonna ask why you broke up. I'm not gonna go into detail because personally I don't care on the first date, but I just want to know, like, did you just break up with your 9-year relationship a month ago? Or have you been single for like the past 5 years? I think that's crucial to know. I love asking like, what role do you want your wife to have in the household? Do you want her to work? Do you want her to stay at home with the kids? How do you like your career? Do you like your job? Do you want to become an entrepreneur one day? Do you want to start your own business? Do you want to climb up the corporate ladder? How's your relationship like with your family? Are you guys close? Are you not so close? Why or why not? Personally, I don't want to waste time, energy, and feelings getting to know somebody for like the first 3 dates if on the 4th date we realize that there's a deal breaker. Like, I want all of the deal breakers out on the first date just so we don't waste time and feelings going to like the 2nd date and the 3rd date. Because once you start liking somebody, that's when those deal breakers start to soften. Like, if one of your deal breakers is, I don't want a guy who doesn't have a close relationship with his family. If you guys are dating for like a month and then he tells you, oh, I'm actually not close with my family, you're probably gonna be like, oh, well, that's okay. Like, I guess I could let that slide. Whereas if you found that out on the first date, then you wouldn't have gone on a 2nd date and then you can just move on. I want to know all of the deal breakers at the very beginning. All of the red flags, I want to know all of the information. I don't think any question will scare away the wrong guy, because if the guy is as serious as you are about dating and finding somebody to marry, then they're gonna appreciate those questions, because I'm sure those are the answers that they also want. When should we have the what are we conversation? Such a great question too. I don't think the what are we conversation exists. I think if you're dating somebody, as soon as you know how you want the relationship to progress, you should voice it. So if you've been dating somebody for a month or two and you've come to the conclusion that I really like this person, I want to get serious with them, I think you should be able to tell them, hey, I really like you, I want to be exclusive, I want to continue getting to know you, but on a more serious note. How do you feel about that? And then they can tell you. Because the what are we conversation, first of all, is very awkward. Like, I can't imagine just sitting there talking to somebody and being like, so what are we? It's very confusing. That makes you seem like you're not confident at all. I think first you have to figure out what you want. Do you like this person enough? Have you liked how the relationship is progressing? And then you have to voice that. And then you also give him the opportunity to respond to you, because if you ask him, so what are we? He could be like, oh, well, you know, I think we're still just like getting to know each other, and like I don't want to rush things. It's very vague. But if you tell him exactly what you want and then you ask him, how do you feel about that? There's only one or two things he could say. He can either say, yes, I agree. Let's be exclusive. Let's take this to a more serious level. Or he can be like, you know what? I'm actually not ready for that. I still want to get to know you a little bit more for a little bit longer. And then with that information, you can come to your own conclusions. But I don't think there's a set deadline. You can know in a week. I think you can know in a month. I think you can only know in 3 months. Really listen to yourself. Ask yourself, as soon as you've decided, okay, I'm 100% sure that I either want to continue with this relationship or don't want to continue with this relationship, I think that's when you have to discuss it with your partner. Do all men cheat? I think with the whole Wizard Liz situation going on right now and with Landon, the comment section of those videos have become really toxic, because a lot of women are saying, well, if Landon can cheat on Liz, then we're all screwed. Which I think is, first of all, you don't know the relationship. Is it just because she's pretty? Is it just because you like her personality that you think she can't be cheated on? Because that's just silly. And I obviously don't think all men cheat. I don't think you can make such black and white statements about anything or anyone, and I don't think you can generalize all men like that. And I'm sure women listening to this video are probably thinking, oh, well, I don't want to be generalized like that. Like, imagine if all men were saying, oh yeah, all women are gold diggers. Would you like that? I'm sure you wouldn't. So I think it's unfair to say that all men cheat. And I actually think monogamy is the most natural thing. I know people say it's not, but there's a reason that it takes 2 people to like birth a child. There's a reason partnerships exist. So I do think monogamy is very natural, and I definitely don't think all men cheat. Of course not. That's just silly. I love using the word silly when I mean to say stupid, but I don't want to be mean. But it is silly. Like, there's a lot of happy relationships around me. I see that. I know these men are not cheating on their wives. And there are men who still value loyalty, who still have morals and values, who also still want a happy wife and a happy life and children and a family unit, as do women. So no, I definitely don't think all men cheat. I think men who cheat are definitely insecure, and it has nothing to do with the woman ever. Like, it has nothing to do with the person being cheated on, because the person who cheats, they're insecure. They obviously need some validation, and you don't want to be with a man like that. So I think if somebody cheats on you, like, it's pretty much over, because I think it shows you a lot more about the person. So I'm definitely glad Liz left. I don't think she handled that in the best way, but anyway, that's for another day. Someone asked me, I don't work a traditional 9-to-5 job, and instead I'm trying to earn through social media, investing, and etc. So when men ask me what I do for work, I feel shy, embarrassed, and like a failure. How can I be more confident about this? This actually used to happen to me. When I first came to Dubai, I could not get a job, and I was making content for fun, but then it started growing pretty quickly, and I was like, you know, I love this. I would love to turn this into a career, but it was awkward telling guys on dates like what I'm trying to do, because first of all, I had very little followers and I wasn't making money off of it. So it's kind of like trying to get somebody to invest in your business idea when you don't have any results yet. However, that's how a business starts. There's always going to be people who don't believe in you. However, you can't be one of them. So your question is, I feel shy and embarrassed like a failure. How can I be more confident about this with men? But I think first of all, you have to be confident in yourself, because clearly you're not, if you're even asking this question. And if going on a first date with a man who's literally a stranger makes you feel embarrassed about this, that's just a projection. That means that you actually are embarrassed about it yourself and you don't think that it can be successful, or you feel like a failure. And trust me, I definitely did too. I was really shy and I was actually very defensive. Like if men would ask me, well, are you successful? Well, how's it going? I would get super defensive and be like, yeah, of course, duh. But in reality, like I wasn't. And the reason they were asking me those questions is because I came at that answer without confidence. This person also said that she wants a man who's a provider. And I'm glad that she's still focusing on herself and wanting to make money, even though she wants to be provided for a man, because I think men, it doesn't matter what their wealth status is and if they're going to provide for a woman 100% or not. I think that men don't want a woman who does nothing. I don't think a man wants a woman who doesn't want to earn money herself, have a little bit of an ambition. Like he can still provide for you 100%, but you can also still make income. You can go to work, or you can have a side business, or you can invest, you can do some day trading, you can be an influencer. Those two things can coexist at the same time. So it really has nothing to do with that. And I think that's a huge advantage to men as well, because even if you're just starting out or you're not making a lot of money, you can come at that question like, you know, I don't work a traditional 9-to-5 job just because that doesn't suit me, but I really want to start making content. I really want to start investing. And I'm doing that. It might not be super successful yet, but I really believe in myself and I really love it. So that's what I'm doing. They're going to respond so much better than you being like, well, I mean, yeah, like I'm doing this and I'm doing that. Like, I'm trying to do social media and I'm like trying to invest, but I don't know. You know, you just have to come across as like confident and passionate and happy with what you're doing, because they will like that for sure. So I think, and I also think you have to figure out why you think you're a failure, why you're not confident in choosing this path, even though you've chosen it, because it's how you see yourself and how you see your accomplishments. Somebody asked me this question. I moved to the UAE 8 years ago, but I'm still single. Why? If it makes you feel better, I'm turning 30 in a month and I've never been in a serious long-term relationship. I used to feel really shy and embarrassed about it and also like a failure. However, I realized that I'm in much better position than women who have been in serious long-term relationships and have been cheated on or have been ghosted or now feel like they can't trust men. Basically women who have a lot of unhealed trauma and baggage, because I don't. Like I've never been cheated on. I don't hate men. I don't have a reason not to trust men. And I'm so grateful for that. And I think I've been really smart about picking the men that I've dated in the past. Me and the universe have a pact that if the person I'm dating is not my soulmate, please let the relationship fizzle within a month. I don't care who breaks up with who, but give me a sign, show me, and don't let me get attached to somebody more than a month unless they're my soulmate. And so far so good. I dated 3 men last year, all for exactly a month, and they all broke up with me because I was definitely I would have never broken up with them. I would be too stubborn to break up with them because I was so desperate for a relationship. But the fact that you've been in the UAE for 8 years and you're still single just means your time hasn't come yet. I think timing is everything, but timing is very much outside of your control. You can't do anything to meet your partner faster, to meet your soulmate quicker. You can be going on a date every single day. That doesn't mean that you're closer to finding your soulmate than somebody who's not dating at all. So it really has nothing to do with you. I would try not to focus on it. Like I used to focus a lot on it before, like, oh, I'm 23 and I've never been in a relationship. And then I was like, well, I'll have to be in one sooner or later, but because I can't even imagine being 30 and never being in a relationship. But here I am, 30, and I've never been in a relationship, but I'm not focused on it, and instead I see the positive in it. Like I don't think it's a negative thing at all, and I'm actually so happy that I don't have that many negative experiences with men. Like I can't sit here and think, ugh, men are the worst, I hate them all. soulmates don't exist. Like, I'm very happy that I'm so hopeful and I'm so positive. I know some people might think it's naive, but I'm happy, and I really think that's all that matters. So the advice I would give to you, focus on yourself, focus on bettering yourself, focus on finding out like what you actually want in a relationship. Like, what do you want in a man? Are you ready for it? Are you ready to be in a relationship truly? And try to think if there's also anything blocking you from meeting your soulmate. Like, do you still have some trust issues? Do you still have some unhealed trauma? Do some journaling about it, just like free writing. Start writing on a piece of paper or typing on a computer, and don't take off your hands. That's when I feel like all of my subconscious thoughts actually materialize. Because whenever I journal like that, I look at my journal and I'm like, oh shit, I never thought I had those feelings. Hopefully that helps. If you guys like this video and want to see more, definitely subscribe to my channel. I will hopefully be posting more videos, and let me know what else you want to see. If you don't follow me on TikTok or Instagram yet, definitely do. I'll leave all of my links below and on the screen, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you. Bye.